I am a professional investor competing in the US Investing Championship, and I want to share with you my screener settings and look at the top stocks that are going to come out of there. And then I also want to take a look at the top stocks that are over on WallStreetBets right now. All of the smartest investors of all time go over there, and we may have a special guest to come and tell you why each one of these is such a brilliant stock. But first, how about we not waste any more time? I'm going to jump into OVTLYR. And what you can see over here on the left-hand side are my favorites. Now, my favorites include the markets, right? SPY, Qs, Dow, and then my 4 stocks, KGC, NEM, OR, and PPTA. But then you'll see the greatest stock in the history of mankind. Before we talk about any other stock, we have to talk about SoFi. SoFi bros forever, right? But SoFi's not looking so hot. Let's take a look at this objectively. Now, remember, I don't care about the news. I don't care about the reason behind the stock moving. I don't care about any of that. As a professional investor, guess when I get paid? Do I get paid when the CEO makes a very interesting tweet? No. Do I get paid when the free cash flows grow by 17% this quarter? No. Do I get paid when the same store revenue jumps by 14% and year over year sales growth goes up by at least 7%? No, of course not. I don't get paid on any of that. None of that baloney matters. And I'm telling you, if you are the guy, because 91% of our audience is men, if you are the guy who's actually going through all of these quarterly reports thinking that you're going to find some sort of treasure hidden in all those little details, I got news for you, right? The only thing that matters is price. I can't say it. Nate says it. I got a cease and desist order that actually happened because I would say it. The only thing that matters is price. Profits follow price. And when we look at SoFi right here, you're not making those profits. In fact, let's look at the charts over here for SoFi real quick. I mean, SoFi is categorically, unequivocally, without any doubt whatsoever, in a bearish trend. Now, congratulations, SoFi bros. Now is your opportunity to tell me how stupid I am, how wrong I am, what a moron I am, and how SoFi is the future of finance, and it only goes up from here. Now is your chance to buy as much as you possibly can. Earnings are coming up, and don't you understand, Chris, with all the same store growth and the retail this and the CEO's got to make a bonus of that, it's going to go to the moon. Don't you understand? I understand one thing. First, I don't trade earnings because earnings are straight up gambling. Second, the 10 EMA, the short-term moving average, is under the 20 EMA, the intermediate term, and price is under the 50 EMA. So categorically, mathematically, the math is telling you this is a bearish trend. So take your head out your backside because you're so wound up in how SoFi is the future of finance and actually look at it objectively. All right. Now, can it go up? Absolutely, it can go up. But here's the thing, is that right now, we're starting a dip. We're starting a dip on SoFi. Oh, buy the dip. Buy the dip. Buy it right now, please. Please buy the dip. You don't buy the dip. As a professional investor, I'm giving you really strong tips right here. Don't buy the dip because you don't know how far the dip is going to dip. You want to buy the rip because you don't know how high it's going to rip. Think of it logically, folks, right? And this is a perfect example, SoFi, right? Buy the dip buy the rip because you don't know how high the rip can go. Don't buy the dip because you don't know how low it can go. SoFi to the moon. Only price will put profits in your account. So starting with SoFi here, let's actually rank SoFi. Well, first, the market has actually turned around. We got a buy signal on the market. Now, remember, 40% of all stocks move are due to the market, 30% due to the sector, and 30% due to the stock itself. So looking at this, we can see 40% of the move is due to the market. Hey, we're lit up all green right here. That's great. We have a bullish trend on the market. We got a buy signal on the market, and market breadth has crossed over bullishly. So this is a great start. Next, the sector. Sector fear and greed, which is shown right here, actually contracted ever so slightly. 56.86 yesterday, 56.84 today, just a teensy weensy bit. But because of that, that means the sector fear and greed is mathematically going down, but the breadth, the number of stocks with buy signals, is still bullish on here. Okay, so a little bit of a mixed bag right here. But let's look at SoFi itself. Okay, the trend on SoFi is a bearish trend. It's a fact. The signal on SoFi has been a sell signal since December 9th. Well, see, it's since December 9th. That means it should have gone down to zero. So OVTLYR doesn't work because it didn't go down to zero. What an idiot. No, you're the idiot. Look, it's down 5% since that point. All right, down 5% since that point. Your portfolio, if you're still holding on to SoFi, is also down 5% since that same point, right? Chris made me sell my SoFi shares. Yeah. Trust me, it has actually happened. Chris made me sell my SoFi shares. You're a big boy. You're a big girl. You do whatever you want. I don't care. Next, the trend is down. The signal is down. Fear and greed actually has bottomed. So people are getting a little tiny bit less fearful. They're still fearful, but a little bit less fearful on SoFi today than they were yesterday. And outlier blocks right up here. We've got some room up to this outlier block. So objectively speaking, remember, the only way you get paid, but it's the future of finance. Objectively speaking, SoFi is a 6 of 9. So we're going to rank SoFi right here. SoFi with a score of 6 out of 9. Okay. Now let's go look at my screener results. Now my screener results are coming from this. If you want to see what is built into this, first subscribe, because all of my trades I put live on YouTube. Every single trade I put live on YouTube. And this exact spreadsheet with no paywall, no email address, no nothing is linked down below. This exact spreadsheet. When you click the link, you're here. Look, there's 29 lurkers in it right now. Okay. 29 lurkers are in it at this very moment. And my trading plan that has got me to these points right here includes OVTLYR and is linked down below as well with no paywall, no nothing. So if you want to be a successful investor, make 2026 your best year ever. Click on those links, grab OVTLYR. It's just 82 cents a day. But let's go into the screener real quick. So to get to the screener, you just click this button here. And when you click the button, you have to hit the chow. If you don't hit the chow, it's not working right. Okay. So what I have selected over here is only the material sector, which is what I traded so far. Now, I don't want to trade just the material sector today, do I? I don't know. Let's go take a look at the breadth tab. If we go look at breadth, which does not get the chow. Chris, I think you mean ka-chow. No, I mean cha-chow. There you go. Cha-chow. This is not Lightning McQueen. I'll get another cease and desist if I go ka-chow. Okay, looking at market breadth over here. Ooh, that makes me a little nervous, but of course this can continue back up even with the small pullback. What I want to see is the breadth summary. So what I'm looking for is any sector that has a higher fear and greed score than the market. The SPY's fear and greed score right now is at 56, and we've got discretionary, energy, financials, healthcare, which we'll never trade, is not over that. Industrials, materials, staples, utilities. We've got quite a lot to choose from. Now, when I'm looking at the fear and greed, I also want to make sure that it's going up, right? We don't want the fear and greed going down. We want it going up. So which sectors would I look at? So 56.29 and going up. So how about energy? Energy. So let's add energy over here. We've got materials already selected. Let's go energy. Let's take off materials right now because I'm not sure if we'll keep it. And then 58, but it's moving down. 53, 65, but it's moving down. Materials is over 70. So at this point, we would consider that a little bit overbought, a little bit too greedy once it gets over 70. So I'll skip materials. 58 is staples and utilities. Ooh, now that's interesting. Staples and utilities are considered defensive sectors. If staples and utilities are doing well, that's not good on the market. That's not good on the market. But we got to take what we're given. So we'll go to staples and utilities. And then these are my screener filters right here. OVTLYR signal return, only positives. Okay. And we run a back test on every single stock that we have. And we only want to see positive returns. Capital efficiency. This is how much you make per day on the stock following the buy and sell signals versus just buy and hold outright. So for example, ERO, if you held it buy and hold from 2020 to today versus using the buy and sell signals on OVTLYR on a per day basis, you would have 2.4x as much money. Crazy, right? Crazy. I should say 2.4x the amount of returns, I should say. 30-day average volume. I like lots of liquidity. You don't have to, but I like greater than 1 million. Current buy signal status. I obviously don't want anything that's a sell signal right now because I'm looking to go long, so only buys. I don't care about this price change in the last several days. Just give me anything. Market cap, wide open. Price range. I'm less of a snob than I used to be. I used to have a $20 snob filter. Now I'm not so. What would be under snob, right? If I'm no longer a snob, but I'm not just a random guy on the internet, there's got to be some level in between. Fear and greed heat map value. As long as it's going up, that's what I'm looking for. I don't want to put a cap on that, and I want to have that fear and greed moving up. Okay, and then the overlay indicator that shows you when it is 10 over 20, price over 50 is green. So because of that, it should show uptrend indicator, easy peasy. So I'm gonna hit apply filter. I'm snooty or foofy or discerning. Normal, selective, snob. I don't know. I like these. I like snooty. I think snooty's funny. Discerning. Yes, discerning very much with my DuckTales and coffee mug with HEB coffee inside. Yes. I'm not that. I'm not even going to say that word, Anthony, because that's going to get us banned on YouTube. Not doing it. Bougie. That's the word. Bougie is the word. Listen, my wife is the most bougie person that I know. So that makes perfect sense. Yes, I am married to Elsa from Frozen. She is the reason why we're having this winter apocalypse outside, right? She, her sister, Anna, pissed her off one day and she's like, I'm done with this. And she just like iced out the whole US. I'm telling you, this is a fact. Okay. Let's keep going here. So EQT would be the first one up here. Now, one thing you'll notice here is the OC status is lit up red. Let me show you what that means. Let's pop into EQT. I only like discounts on my knockoff watches. Exactly. The Rolex. The Rolex. Exactly. Supercilious. I like that. A Disney cease and desist is coming soon. I know. It didn't bother her anyway. Exactly. All right. So looking at this, we got a buy signal today on EQT. So let's add EQT on the list right here. EQT. EQT. Now, if we look objectively on the score over here, it's a 9 of 9. So I'm just going to throw a 9 up here for now. What we're looking at is a buy signal in place. We've got the fear and greed on the stock is getting less fearful, more greedy. The fear and greed on the sector is rising like crazy. In fact, what this is showing over here is this is your energy sector on the daily basis. This shows that of the energy sector, 141 are greedy and only 23 are fearful. And you can see just how high these are. So this right here is a time representation of what this is on a daily basis. So in case you ever want to know what these two are, that's how they work together. Interesting, which the entire sector almost, I'm talking like 90, 80 something % of the sector is looking greedy. This sector may be about to be on fire. But one thing we talked about, the red outlier channels down here, we actually have less, it's hard to see right here, but there is a tiny little red thing right here. I think it lights up green when they're both showing like it was yesterday. So when it's green, that means there's more uptrends than downtrends in the sector. Or I should say there's more uptrends. And then down here at the bottom, when it lights up red, that means there's less downtrends. So there is a tiny red. Now, there's barely any red. There's barely any downtrends in that whole sector. So that's kind of nuts. Looking at EQT right now, it actually looks on fire. EQT looks amazing. EQT. All right, yeah, EQT looks fantastic, and it's got room up to this outlier block. How much room does it have? About 5% or so. So yeah, you could totally trade around that. So EQT is our first 9 of 9. Let's do a couple more. And then I did hear somebody's Lambo pull up outside. It's never seen a gold Lambo before. That is really interesting. I wonder who could be coming. Okay. So let's go to, how about Coca-Cola? Let's go. Coke Zero is my favorite. Coke Zero is my favorite soda. Well, as if you're from Texas, you would know. When it comes to sodas, beverages like that, they're all Cokes, right? Dr. Pepper's a Coke. Fanta Orange is a Coke. Coke Zero is my favorite Coke. All right. He's walking up. We got a couple minutes, so let's try and hustle here. All right, Coke Zero, or Coke, I should say. all is green except for this outlier blocks right here. Let's double check on TradingView if it's seeing the same outlier blocks. Yeah, it certainly is right here. Okay. So objectively speaking, looking at Coke, this is an 8 of 9. All right. So let's put 8 of 9 on here. Okay. So if I were to rank these objectively, right? There's no trust me bros. There's no fundamentals that go into this because you're not going to get paid on your fundamentals. This is how much I would rank these two so far. So let's do one more before he gets through the door. Hang on, I'll be right there. Just a second. Hang on. How about Unilever? Unilever. They make basically everything. Let's go look at Unilever. This Lambo does snow. When it's covered in gold, that Lambo does snow. He got the off-road Lambo too. Have you seen that? It's actually like jacked up a little bit. It's got big like fog lights on the roof. It's got a roll cage on it. Yeah, that Lambo is pretty cool. All right, let's look at Unilever again. 8 of 9 over here. Looks like it definitely has some triple, double stack order block going on over here. So this is one I wouldn't take because of those order blocks, right? These order blocks right here. Let me double check that I got that right. UL, yeah. Those order blocks right there represent areas of selling, right? These are trapped buyers who want to get out as fast as possible. And think of it this way, right? Wouldn't you want to get out as fast as possible when your stock goes down 10% or so, like a couple days after you bought it, and now you have the chance to get back at break even? Yeah, you would be looking to sell out as fast as you possibly can. And that's exactly the area right here that we're approaching. So Unilever, where is my, there it is. It's on Excel. Unilever, still going to be an 8 for me. All right, so let's sort these by largest to smallest. Okay, so EQT, Coke, Unilever, and SoFi in that order. Okay, hang on. Someone's at the door. Let me go let him in real quick. Okay, I don't want to be rude. Let me go let him in real quick.
Knock, 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 knock. It's Chris Chains. Still him. Hit a couple before the door frame. Too loud. Gold Lambo parked by the slow lane. Full shape Lambo, yes, no shame. Iconic. Knock, knock. It's Chris Chains. Don't ask me how. All buys never sell dates. Why would I? If it pump, then I'm self-made. Built different. Risk management, couldn't tell, mate. Never needed.
It's me, Chris James, boy. What are you doing here? Oh, man, I'm so excited. I didn't get all my chains on just yet. I got out the Lambo, but, I had a couple chains I didn't get quite on. Did you hear Silver? Silver is going crazy. I got this silver chain right here. This silver chain right here, they call me the Panther. Where I come from, they call me the Panther. I grew up, my school mascot was the Panther. Of course, it's because of me that they won every football championship ever. So they call me the Panther. Yeah, Chris Chains in the house. Oh, I forgot my rings. Chris Chains don't play unless Chris Chains got all the rings. All the rings go on one finger is what I heard. Oh, no, that's going to fly off. All right, so here's the deal. This old random guy on the internet with 40% of his hair told me that he's looking at stocks, okay? Now, you can buy my course for $84,000 a quarter. And of course, trust me, bro, it's always going to work. Every stock that I buy only go up. And you can see exactly the same one for $84,000 a quarter. But I'm going to give you a little taste, a little sample, right? A little bit of that, little something spicy on the side, because I'll show you my best stock pick for today, okay? How much for the masterclass? It's $84,000 a quarter, baby. Don't you know? These chains don't pay for themselves. I definitely am making tons of money in the market, okay? But if I had a little bit of extra cheddar, then I could buy a little bit of extra ice. You know what I'm saying? The cheddar pays for the ice and the bread and the dough. It's the best. All right, let's go. I'm going to give you a little sample, right, Cam? Cam knows exactly. Trust me, bro. Okay, so what I like to do is I like to go over here to WallStreetBets. You never go wrong on WallStreetBets. Don't you know? You never go wrong on WallStreetBets. That's where the best ideas come from. They're the ones that found GameStop. So therefore, it only goes up. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let's go. Let's look at Silver. Silver with the Panther. Let's go look at Silver with the Panther. Silver with the Panther. I need some bread to pay for my eyes. All right. Silver's looking on fire. Look at that. Buy signal and Outlier came back all the way back on November 11th. Now, I mean, I use Outlier too because it's only 82 cents a day. That's like almost nothing, especially with all that cheddar that I get from you guys. So let's keep going. There we go. All right, looking at silver's on fire. Of course it's on fire. It's the number one thing on WallStreetBets. Okay, so silver, looking at that 8 of 9. I heard that random guy is putting all kinds of numbers over here, so I'm gonna put my own numbers over here. 69, baby. Oh, 69 on silver. All right, so we got silver. That's the best one ever. How about United Healthcare? UHG. You ain't no G like me, baby. I got my own theme song. You wish you had a theme song. You ain't got the rat or the chain. Listen, if you don't sound like this when you walk down the hallway, you ain't a real millionaire. You know that. Okay. UHG got a buy signal. But it's in the healthcare sector. I heard the healthcare sector is the worst. Oh, wait a minute. Let me double check that. Hold on. UNH. Of course, I knew it was UNH. I knew it was. I mean, the doctor wrote me a prescription for these glasses. And because of that, of course I would know that. Of course I would know that. Chris Chains grew up in the shelf, okay? That's why I sound like this. Plus, I got a grill, and that grill ain't gonna go flying, all right? We ain't gonna let that grill go flying. United Healthcare. I'm sure this is the best stock ever. Let's go look at UNH. Oh no. Don't worry about that, folks. It's okay. This just happened to be the one stock that earnings and WallStreetBets. No, I mean it's down 19% today, but don't worry about it. Don't worry about it because your chains be jingling. You got the Dambos outside. It's gonna come back. Trust me, bro. It's gonna come back. Right. Buy the dip as much as you can. Buy the dip. It's only going to come back. Now, listen, healthcare is for baby boomers. I agree. You know who else is a baby boomer? Warren Daggum Buffett. I'm just like the new version of Warren Daggum Buffett. And if you remember, Warren Buffett said that he bought all of that United Healthcare's over here. And he's like 94 years old. So I'm going to give UNH a score of 94, which makes total sense because Warren Buffett's 94, UNH 94. I make all that dollars 94. Know what I'm saying? Chris James will buy healthcare. Buy that dip, baby. Buy that dip. I'm gonna go back up from here. All right, let's keep going. We don't buy the market. Market's stupid. How about Reddit? Reddit. Oh, WallStreetBets Reddit. Let's go. RDDT. Is this in Outlier? It wasn't before, but it is now. And check this out. This is actually kind of cool. Now, listen, Outlier is like the greatest thing ever for only 82 cents a day. I use it. But there are stocks in here that we've been adding. No, not we, because I'm not part of the Outlier team. They're actually like smart people over there. The Outlier team been adding thousands of stocks. Outlier now covers like 9,000 stocks, if you can believe that. Now, some of them don't have enough data to populate up in here, to pre-populate. So it doesn't have the fear and greed, and it doesn't have the buy and sell signals, but I got all kinds of other stuff, right? I got to get some chicken wings as well, but fried chicken hurt my tummy, so I don't eat that many fried chickens. But let's keep going. Okay, so yeah, looking at this over here, I'm going to say if any stock is already trending down, it ain't going to get no buy signal. If any stock's already trending down, it ain't going to get no fear and greed rising over here. So because I like Reddit, and you know what else I like? No, I'm saying Reddit. You know what I'm saying? Reddit get that 420. Yeah, boy. Reddit get that 420. How about Micron? Moo, baby. Moo, might as well call it the cow stock. But it's producing all the milk that you make for the cheddar. Know what I'm saying? Moo's on fire. I told you it's going to be a good one. If you don't buy the different Moo, you're going to be making all that money. Moo boy. Looking at this. Oh, it's on fire. Don't worry about the breadth over here. No, this is not just a 9 of 9. This is a 99 of 9. Moo. Hang on. I can't count any higher than this. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't do anymore. Okay. You know what? My Lambo calling. Hang on, let me check what time it is real quick. Yeah, that's right. Double $150,000 Patek Philippe right here. And this random guy's watch on this side. So here's what we're gonna do. Cause I can't count any higher than that, cause I gotta bounce. Now, you guys, let me know down below in the description. You can go to my masterclass. It's only $84,000 a quarter, and you're gonna make all that monies anyway. So be sure you buy all the dips, and don't forget Reddit 420. Okay, gotta go see you.
Knock, 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 knock. It's Chris Chains. Still him. Hit a couple for the door frame. Too loud. Gold Lambo parked by the slow lane. Rev it. Full shape Lambo, yes, no shame. Iconic. Knock, knock. It's Chris Chains. Don't ask me how. All buys never sell dates. Why would I? If it pump, then I'm self-made. Built different. Risk management, couldn't tell, mate. Never needed.
Oh, what happened? Who was that guy? I mean, he's spinning out of here on the snow with this Lambo, even though it's 4-wheel drive. And it's all, I mean, that was kind of cool, right? This random guy on the internet showing up, trying to help us out and with his great stock picks. I even heard that like some of these were ranked so high, it's like off the chains over here. Yeah, I mean, I just like blacked out over there. I think he drugged me. All right, so we don't have to do any more, but let's of course rank these objectively, because Chris Chains would never let us down. Sort largest to smallest. Okay, so do everything you can to buy as much Reddit as you can, and the Moo stock, and United Healthcare. You got to buy the dip, of course, right? Silver, I heard that Chris Chains likes it a lot. They call them the Panther, is what I heard. Yeah, but in all reality, stake, here's the thing. There's all kinds of stocks out there. OVTLYR helps you narrow those down to the ones that are actually worth your time. And I would definitely make sure that you save time, make money, and start winning with less risk by clicking one of these two videos. Have a fantastic day.